It's always hard to start arena. All right, here we go. Yeah. I was actually just thinking about doing the same thing, so thank you. What's up, people's champ, man? What's going on? Keep getting a message that my stream quality is low. I'm trying to mess around with it and do arena. How's your Sunday going, man? You know how long it took me to find this shirt, man? Like, it's funny. I looked online, um, like all kinds of Google searches, and um, I think I found it actually in Walmart after all that. So, uh, yeah. Did you stream today? Oh, you had that you did that podcast thing today, right? Nope. What's up? That's all I can give you right now. No, you gotta leave, man. What was that, like a state of the game type of podcast? It seemed interesting. I'd have stuck around longer. I had to get out and run errands while nobody was on the street, though. Yeah, he comes in and he wants attention, and then like he looks at me like I'm not worth anything when I can't give it to him. So if I had food, the other dog would be in here. This is about to be a slow fight. Maybe not. I hate Man Thing's L1 because it takes forever to fly across screen. That's what's up. It's actually interesting to see what like, you know, because you see in forums and you see people talk about exactly what issues they have with the game, but it's interesting to see or to hear, whatever you call it, people talking about like how they view the game, their experience. You assume that like because one person's unhappy with something, everybody's unhappy with something, um, but people approach it differently. People play the game differently. Not everybody's in the same not everybody's in the same space as far as the game goes. So I think it's cool to see like people get together and talk about, like, that's why meetups are so fun, because people get together, they like talk about their experiences, they talk about, you know, how you know how the game is, how they view the game. So it's interesting to get on those types of podcasts as long as the conversation is interesting. Like if everybody starts getting into like math and statistics and drop rates, you kind of lose my attention. Like when you start throwing numbers at me, I get confused. At that point, at that point, I get that stupid look on my face, and I just kind of glaze over. Hey, that's how it be, man. It takes forever to deliver. You know what I'm saying? He just can't get it off. It's like I'm sitting here trying to let loose. Do you usually stream on Sundays? I'm kind of tripping on my music. I went on Spotify and I looked up. You know what? I had some Crown left, some Crown Vanilla from when I was drinking on Friday, and since it's a lot easier for me to jump on stream and talk when I'm under the influence, I feel like why not? I started to drink Corona, but I felt like Crown again. That Crown Vanilla, like I said, man, people don't realize it. If you drink whiskey, man, that Crown Vanilla is smooth. Let's see how much grinding I can get in before 10 o'clock. No, I'm not trying to use you yet. What was that? What? Something happened. I got a like. Thank you. Like, hold on. I heard a noise, and I'm assuming y'all heard it too. I said, that lets you know how much of a noob I am, because I heard that noise, and I had to look around to see if like a doorbell rang or something. So that shows my freshness. I'm new to this. It's like if I hear a loud bang and you just see me disappear, it's because I think I heard a gunshot. Like, I ain't losing my life over a stream. Hey. So I was talking. It's funny you say that, because I was talking to my wife about that, and she was like, "So, like, if people jump into the stream and they see you, they just see an empty chair." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "It might be kind of distracting." I was like, "What? You think I should just like move it, or put some in it?" And she kind of suggested a mannequin too, or something. But yeah, that. It's like, I know the second that I move it, she gonna want to come in here and watch TV at some point. Okay, this is ridiculous. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of something else. Hey man, you have me shook. I heard that. Like I said, I heard that noise, and like real talk. I was thinking another stream was up. I was like, is someone else streaming? Am I playing another YouTube channel? Yeah, cause I for real like, yeah, I didn't know what that was. Barber, hey Barbar, I'm gonna call you Barbar because I don't know how to finish it off. But thanks for the follow, man. I'm not gonna get used to that noise, so I feel like people are gonna start following and unfollowing just to see me trip out real quick. I needed you to throw a special too. Whatever. I'm not in 5 yet, so they're not really gonna do specials. Diablo OP. Thank you, thank you for the support, man. And I'm gonna need you not to don't go around telling people that I tripped out, because because I heard a noise. I got it together, I promise. So in my title, I said that I had to grind battle chips for map 7, and usually I just drop a quick like 10 spot and get that 150. But I've decided I'm going to do my best to put in the work to get the units. We gonna see how that goes, cause I think I've been past arena for like at least a month or two. Yeah, I don't know if you or People's Champ have that issue, but sometimes you know how like I don't know if you do arena, but I think I have my like highs and lows. Yeah, everybody that, and this is how I feel about it. So I think I pulled a 6-star Magneto on 4th of July. And that's, I think, like maybe a week after that, it was either that week or a little after where people started talking about his buff. And my whole thing is like everybody's starting to rank him up and everybody's starting to like prepare like they're gonna make him OP. We don't know that yet. Like we really don't know. I think there was one champ that they buffed a while ago, and like they gave him a buff and you seen it. He was like, all right, it's cool. Like there's certain buffs where like it changed how people seen the champ, like Colossus, Venom. People don't remember when like Venom was barely average, and then they gave him his buff and he became OP. Yeah, I do have okay. So since arena's boring, I'll take a second and go through my roster real quick. Let's see. Like I don't know. Well, there's my whole little profile or whatever. So my MVPs on my account. Like who gets used on a regular basis. Black Widow Clairvoyant. Of course, I have 2 Corvuses. They get used all the time. If one, I always have one either in Alliance War or Alliance Quest. Red Guardian actually gets a lot of use out of me. Like I always, for some reason, especially in the expeditions, I took him in a lot. Of course, I use Doom. The rank up that I have, but I think it was just like a shiny ball rank up, like, ooh, I got him, I gotta rank him up, with Sunspot. Like, until I awaken Sunspot, right now, he's just sitting there. You know what I mean? Of course, yeah, I have another Black Widow. If I awaken her, then I'll take her up. Guillotine 2099. Excuse me. Well, I do have. I will say I do have a decent roster, but like I'll say this. Like I've been doing. I've been in like a high performing AQ alliance, not alliance world, but AQ, for a while. So like getting resources, ranking people up, like having more access to resources. I think it's been I've been there for like maybe about a year and a half, and I'm not gonna act like I don't bust it open and I break out my wallet every once in a while. Yeah, Kabam gets their money out of me. So, yeah, I do. I'll say I can't. Like I said, I think I've told you people's champ. Oh, you know what? Okay, so Darkhawk. I like Darkhawk, especially when you get that usage out of him. When you get that usage out of him with what's his name? And I have him, and I just with Night Thrasher and Ghost Rider. I love Night Thrasher, although I rarely ever use him because I always have a better rank up. I'll get some once I get to my. I'll try to hurry up and get to my 6 stars and throw some Ghost in there. Let me actually do Arena, cause like I said, I gotta pay for Map 7. Yes, he does. Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting to about Darkhawk. Like, I like using him, but you get the best use out of him when you pair him when you get his synergies in play, and you actually have him at high sig. And the thing is, I like him as a 6-star, but I have other options at 5 and 6 star that I would use before I use Darkhawk. Now, if I was a boss killer in AQ, I would definitely. I used to bring in when Void was like really big in AQ. I was bringing him in, and before they started Annihilus as the mini boss, Darkhawk was like the next AQ mini boss killer. But my paths right now are too difficult for me to try to worry about bringing in a boss killer. I thought I seen Ebony Maw. That's gonna suck. Yeah. What are your options for Maestro? I was doing better when I was using one hand. If King Groot actually did damage, this would be a worrisome fight. You know, I would almost, and I don't know if a lot of people would agree with this, but I would almost, if you're powering through content, like rank up. I would say you rank up the god tiers, rank up the people that are going to help you clear content before you start like either your for fun rank ups or prestige rank ups. because like someone like Clairvoyant is really it would really help you out against Maestro and or Maestro or whatever. And it's, I say it like this, like you will, they're God tier for a reason because they save you time, they save you money. So if you can, so I say if you can rank them up, rank them up. And the thing is, I don't know exactly what, like if you're trying to get to a higher tier alliance, but it'll make it, having those God tier champs will make it a lot easier for you to clear content. So like once I get to my 6 stars, I think I'll use Ghost. And like, am I like a God tier player with Ghost? No, but I use her in I know how to use her in high tier content. You know what I mean? Like, do I like using Ghost? Not really, you know. But so okay, so she doesn't necessarily have heal block, but she has buff immunity. So let's say that you fire off an L2. And I don't know if the Maestro fight has anything where it doesn't allow buffs or debuffs to be applied or whatever, but she has buff immunity, so she can shut down regen. And the thing is, it's if the champ you're fighting has any immunity whatsoever, it's just going to feed her power gain. So and you make me want to actually take Black Widow into a Maestro fight just to see how it go. But once she applies buff immunity, she shuts people down. It's been so long since I did Act 4, I don't remember, but it seemed like it was pretty straightforward for the most part. So you have Black Widow. Did you say you had her as like a 5-star or 4-star? Let's see. Sheninja, what content are you doing? Are you doing like a map, or are you doing what map are you, like an AQ or war or whatever? Because I can tell you exactly how that Corvus can be used depending on what you do. 4-star. So Barbar, a 4-star ranked up, maxed out. I don't know if you use suicides, but even with or without suicides, she can get it done, and she has that built-in regen as long as you don't take her out of her blood curse. So because of that, she actually would probably be pretty good against Maestro. And the thing is, there's no I think he's one of those champs that have no I guess like no champ has an advantage. There is no champ advantage, so he's, I guess, universal or whatever. So he might be a good choice. Sheninja, up until you get past Act 4, 4 stars can get you through a lot of content. And as long as if you're worried about the PI difference, a boost, just a 30%, 20% boost will make up for a lot of it. And the thing is, if you're going through that content close to Maestro or Act 3, yeah, you should be good. Act 3 with Corvus, oh yeah, you should be good. Let's see. Yeah, I have to go into. I just want to see what the normal PI is. Oh yeah, you'd be good. Going with Corvus through this, yeah, Corvus will kill this. And there's no buffs on it. Oh yeah, like even if you threw on like a quick boost, like this would be quick work. It should be. People's Champ, what up? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Barbar, about Longshot. it's it's funny that you say that about Venom. Like as you start to develop your roster, like go back once you get like either a rank 5-star character, like I think I went in there. Actually, I think I went in there with Claire just because I was looking for potions, and that was like the fastest fight ever. But I remember for the community as a whole, that was like the biggest pain point. Donatello, always Donatello. All right, I don't care what people say. They talk about how Leonardo was a leader. They talk about how Raphael was a badass. They talk about how Michelangelo was just cool, but Donatello was like the brains behind the operation. Donatello got it done. Okay, remember that. Like at the end, like I will ride hard for my ninja, Donatello. Yes. Like people slept on Donatello. I don't care if you're talking about video games. I don't care if you're talking about the cartoon. People acted like Donatello didn't get the job done. Nah, man. Mike just sat around eating snacks, getting fat. That's what Mike did. Mike wasn't about that life. Mike wasn't trying to solve problems. Like all Mike did was say, "All right, I can't party. Then who do I have to fight?" Like if it wasn't Mike wasn't focused. Mike didn't. You know what? I feel like if you think about it this way, let's say the Ninja Turtles couldn't fight crime anymore. Let's say they had to go out and get a job. Who's winning at life? If they have to go out and get a job, who's winning at life? Donatello. So I'm just saying, if I can't fight crime, I need to be smart. I mean, Mike, his best bet, he could sell pizza, but he'd probably lose that job because he was eating the pizza. And it's not too far fetched to think that Mikey wasn't on drugs. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with blazing, but you eat that much. Think about it. Like, you think about that. It's not too hard to think that Mikey wasn't like. I'm gonna do that motion, and I'm not gonna say it on stream. It was my trigger. Barbar, it was my trigger. He asked me which Ninja Turtle, and I couldn't help it. Like, I was cool. I was talking about games. Then we started talking about Ninja Turtles. But no, it's true. Okay, facts. People, real talk. Like, act like Donatello ain't the most versatile Ninja Turtle. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get back into Arena. I was actually gonna go into that Venom fight real quick. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that because that fight is so much, and it's so punishing early on in the game, but you start to see exactly like how you've grown like, just by going back in that fight, because that used to be like the worst fight for everybody. Actually, it's 6 people in chat, and I appreciate that. So so Barbar is asking me, people's chant. Barbar is asking me about well, we're talking about Act 4, going over that Venom fight. And like I said, the crazy thing, see if I can go into it real quick. Like I think I was farming potions, I was farming revives, and I was like, all right, there's nothing in here, or there was nothing that I felt like actually going and looking for. So I was like, you know what? Let me at least see what this fight is like. And I think I did this like within the last, I think I did this within the last week or two. And when I tell you, like, this fight used to, like, people made videos about how bad this fight was. And people complained to Kabam how bad this fight was. But do you see how much power she gains because he has so many buffs? Let me refresh the chat. Maybe that'll help. So, all right. Hold on. All right, People's Champ. I tell you, right now I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm streaming on Twitch. So that's why you're not seeing any additional conversations. I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Like, I thought that I was tripping. I am tripping, but that's why, because you're in the YouTube channel right now, and I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. But yes. No, I'm not gonna do that. All right, get back into arena. But yeah, Leo, yeah, thanks for jumping in the chat. But yeah, it's like it's such an easy fight once you start to get up there with champs. Like, it's crazy. Restream. What is, okay? I'll look that up afterwards. Restream bot. People's Champ. What does that do? I need you to break it down to me. You know I'm slow. This is what keeps me from doing arena. The fact that, like, brings Twitch tag to YouTube. Okay. No, yeah, I definitely have to do that. If it if it mixes the streams, pause. If it mixes the streams, then that would definitely be helpful. Oh, really? That's it would be interesting. It would be interesting to take some of the newer champs and take them back into older content, because just like with that Black Widow Clairvoyant, and that's what I'm thinking, like, as a 4-star too. Like, she would probably still destroy that Venom, and it's mainly because of her mechanics. You know what I mean? Like, the damage is the damage. It's gonna scale up as you scale up. But with her skill set and how she shuts down buffs. Okay, so you're not gonna throw anything. With her skill set and how she shuts down buffs, even as a 4-star, she could get the job done because whether it's 4-star, 5-star, or 6-star, she's still gonna get that crazy power game because he has so many buffs. If you want to see something, really cool, take Dr. Voodoo in there. Just build up to a L1, toss that L1, and you'll see like 10 stacks of poison or lower or whatever that is build up, and he'll fall real quick. And that's a 3-star, that's a 4-star. You know what I mean? So, of course, like the damage will scale up depending on what variation you're using, but the technical aspect or the mechanics will stay the same. He'll still put a lot of poisons on him, and he'll still like peel off, just die real quick. People's Champ, can you is there a way you could put that in your Discord? Yeah. I think that's why like those 2015, 2016 champs, those like early on OG champs, those they need the buff like more than ever because there have been new mechanics, there have been so many new things introduced to the game that they're not even usable. Like you can't there's so many options that no one is going to bring Iron Man into anything. I can imagine. My very first 4-star was a Netflix Daredevil. Yeah, I'm in your Discord, People's Champ. That's what I was gonna say. If there's a way you can put it in your Discord, I'll just snatch it up. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like you want Magneto to get that buff, but like I said, in my opinion, I think my Magneto is just chilling. Like I'm not ranking him up. I'm not doing anything with him until I see what that buff looks like, because that's the main thing that happens. Everybody rushes. They say they're gonna buff someone, and they hurry up and they do the buff or they do the adjustment. They rank them up, and it's a crapshoot. Now, one thing I will say is I can't, like off the top of my head, I can't necessarily think about a buffed. Well, you know what? Old Man Logan. They buffed him and made him a usable champ, right? But there's still so many other options, even in the mutant class. If you just even break it down to the mutant class, there's still so many other options that there's no point in even using Old Man Logan. So it's like I feel like if you're going to buff a champ, like you either make that champ like god tier to the point where like people have to create content, like people put out information telling you how OP this champ is, because when they initially did the Old Man Logan buff, like outside of maybe one or two YouTubers, nobody was like, oh, this makes him so god tier. But everybody was like, Colossus just went from being like bottom of the barrel to god tier. So yeah. What is my name on Discord? And that's why I'm just like, I need to see the proof first. Like you buff the champ, let me if it's they're gonna have a beta, and they're gonna let half the community in the beta. So there'll be information on them. What is my People's Champ? It's MOCOBIS. And I think one. I think it's one. Yes. MOCOBIS 1. MOCOBIS 1. Yep. And that's the thing. Like they put out this roadmap, and they told us that they were gonna buff Magnetos, both buff both Magnetos. So it's like at that point you put yourself on the clock. Like if you say that you're going to, when you announce it, then we assume that you've already been working on it. So you need to put out something. You need to let us see it. You need to give us some information so that we know. Like, and if people are, I don't know, people are gonna start, no matter what happens. Like initially, everybody's gonna hype them up, but you're gonna start seeing people try to take him into content, and that's where you'll really find out. But I feel like worst case scenario, if he does get buffed, well, when he does get buffed, he'll still be he'll be a lot more useful in lower tier content, because they're at least going to make him comparable to current champs. You know what I mean? Like they're going to make him current. So worst case scenario, if you got him as a 5-star, he'll at least be, in my opinion, like he'll at least be able to help people push through like Act 3, Act 4. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, People's Champ. Dang, 3 hits? I don't think I'm winning this one. I had my wife turn off the AC. Now I'm hot. Oh. Alright, I won. Never mind. I knew I was going to win. I had it on lock the entire time. Never lost. That's what I was saying. Like that'll let you know exactly how good the buff is. Like if he becomes useful in like Act 5, Act 6, then you know that like that it was a legit buff. But in the end, if it's just like, all right, well, if you're a newer player, then Magneto's a good pull. Like he'll help you get through like Act 3, Act 4, moving up to Act 5. Like that's how you know it was kind of like a lame duck upgrade. So you're just not gonna do nothing. All right. You're just not gonna die. And yeah, like it's gonna be interesting because the only way people are gonna talk about him, the only way you're gonna see him jump in people's tier lists is if they make him relevant for endgame content. And I don't know. Like unless I don't see Kabam taking Magneto and just like jumping him to the front of the line, especially since they're saying that they're going to make him like god tier against metal champs, which means that that he's already going to be alienated to a certain type of boss. Yeah, exactly. And that's my thing. Like, if the only time that I'm thinking that I'm going to use Magneto is, all right, I'm fighting Ultron. But if I feel like if Medusa can still do what she does against an Ultron or a metal champ, like if Magneto is doing that, if Magneto's not like killing that, then why bring Magneto? Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you better if you're going to make him specifically good against metal champions, like you need to make it to the point where it's like Magneto or bust. Like I better have if I see if I see a metal champ, or if I see a champ that has like a heavy noted lane with a metal champ on it, like it shouldn't be, oh well, I got Medusa right here, I'll just bring Medusa. It's like, no, I need to bring Magneto. And if that's not the case, then in my opinion, then the buff is like like you said, it's a joke. I forgot that I should have seen that he was awakened. We might not make it through this one. Can I get you to can you throw a special for me though? Oh, this is a wrap. This is not gonna go well. Yeah, I agree with that. Like if they target just metal champs like the Iron Man or anybody like robots in general, and they use that to justify a quote unquote buff or whatever, it's just not worth it. Like you said, if a champ uses a metal projectile, then Magneto should be able to shut it down. Like do that. That is like if a champ. Like if let's say when when Nick Fury goes unblockable and he does his L2 or L1, if any part of that is metal, Magneto should automatically be able to just block it. Like there is no reason, like that makes it at that point that makes him God tier. If someone does any metal projectiles or if any part of an attack uses metal, he should automatically be able to avoid it. Like that would make him God tier because especially, and it would make him usable because you think about like War Machine fights in Labyrinth of Legends and the amount of and even in Act 5 and Act 6 and the amount of damage that his L1 does, or his special one does. Like having a champ that even with a class disadvantage that can dodge that and still do heavy damage, you would see fights all over the place of Magneto being able to do stuff like that. That's what I should look into. Is like, how are they actually going to buff Magneto? That's what I want to see, because it needs to be across the board. If all you do is focus on tech or metal champs, then that's not a buff. Like you might as well just call that like a lateral adjustment. StarCraft? No. What is that? Yeah, what is StarCraft? Time for the re-up. Thanks for stopping by, Barbar, man. I appreciate it, man. Stop. When you see me on next time, jump back in. It was a good talk. I told you, People Champ. I had a busy weekend. Um, I got some, I got some, I got some gummies or whatever. But I already know that if I start eating those, then ain't nothing gonna get done. Like I'll be sitting here staring at my phone, thinking that I'm playing Arena, and nothing's going to happen. This might be what I do on my Sunday Arena, is just have a drinking chat. Have people bring liquor. BYOB. Um, Real talk. I remember there were game files of Dark Phoenix, and at one point there was a event quest that had Dark Phoenix in it, but of course they never did anything with that. Why did I not? Why am I still using my bottom tier? Like my bottom ranked champs. I should have planned for this. What I need to know is, when is Beast gonna get a buff? Like, if there's any champ that that is like never thought of for anything, even like low axe, it's Beast. No one's interested in ranking up Beast. No one is interested in taking Beast into any kind of content. If any champ needs a buff, it is definitely Beast. I remember one YouTuber who talked about how good Beast was, and like, he showed certain aspects of Beast, but for the most part, like, I don't think anybody bought it. Like, nobody believed that Beast was like worth ranking up. Hey, Barbara, that's right, man. Like, at one point he tore his adamantium out of his body. And I feel like if you have that kind of power, at least like Caban needs to, yeah, they need to do some justice to good old Magneto. Like, yeah, the fact that, and like I said, the fact that there's so many other options, and the fact that when you talk about fighting metal champs, Magneto isn't even the first champ that comes to mind. Like, you watch any content creators review of a chapter with a metal champ or metal champ boss, they're always going to say bring Medusa. And Medusa is an awesome champ. Like, she was one of my first rank 4s. I think I used her to get through that Ultron fight, and I think it was Act 5. But for the most part, like, she's, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way that you can tell me that Medusa has a better handle on metal champs than Magneto. And we're just talking like comics right now, so you know what I mean? Like just going back in comics, there's no way Medusa has a better handle on metal champs than Magneto. So we just not using specials. People's Champ, I feel your pain. I realize that I've been on for close to an hour, and I've barely even done what, like 8-9 fights. You know what? Let's just do a special. Because all you're going to do is just keep it sparing. People's Champ, you know what? I think that you somewhere under your when you do your streams, somewhere out of the frame, you got some dark liquor just like chilling. Like you got your Diet Coke like in view for the kids, and then like somewhere off to the side, someplace under the desk. That's where you keep the good stuff. That would be lame. Barbara, I seen your message about the 5% against metal opponents. That would be horrible. And I think the feedback on that would force them to change that really quick. Because don't tell us that you're about to make Magneto like worthy of his comic book lore and glory, and then all you give him is plus 5%. And the thing is, I don't just need you to buff Magneto. I need you to buff the Brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like do synergies. Like when you take Magneto, when you take Juggernaut, those types of champs, when you take them into content, there definitely needs to be a Brotherhood synergy. And of course, like I think at some point in time, they're probably going to add Mystique. So that's another reason to make sure that there's a Brotherhood synergy for that. I'm at 10. Let's take Beast, because he's OP. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Like, well, that's the thing. It's like, he who shall not be named, Silver Surfer. When they brought Silver Surfer into the game, like everybody was like, Silver Surfer's about to be like he's before he's even in the game, he's automatic OP, he's automatic God tier. And then, but the thing is, I think as a community, we set the bar so high that when he finally did come in game and we played him and we used him, and he wasn't like the end all be all or like the new meta, people were kind of put off because like Kabam pays attention to Kabam pays attention to the forums, they pay attention to the YouTubers, they pay attention to the people that put out content, and you can't tell me that they didn't hear people claiming that they wanted Silver Surfer to be meta, to be OP, and like granted, yeah, it's not their job to well, it kind of is their job to appease the community, but it's not their job to make something the exact way the community wants it. But they knew what our expectations were for Silver Surfer, and they didn't far miss the mark, but they weren't close to it. Don't do that, man. Don't steal that 5-star Magneto. Don't do it to yourself, because you will need at some point. You're gonna don't sell that. Don't sell that Magneto. I can't give you a valid reason not to sell him, but I'm gonna say not to sell it, and that's only because I can't give you a valid reason not to. I really need to actually take time and rank up Tigra or whatever her name is. I actually like using her. Whenever I do use her in arena, it is fun. Only because of this. Like having a champ that can dodge specials just by charging a heavy. I kind of need that. I'm not sure how I would use her, but I need that. And this is like I played with him in the beta, but I didn't really play with him. So it's like everybody's sitting here ranking up Hulkbuster, and I'm kind of like, I'm late to the party. Like I'm sitting here like, wait, why? What does he do? At some point, I'll have to actually take time and play with him. That's not good, but that's user error. All right, hey, let me hit you. They're not there. They will never, as long as they can make money putting out new Deadpools, they will never buff Deadpool. They will put out they put out a gold Deadpool. They come out with a platinum Deadpool. If there is a source of metal that they have, if there's a source of metal they haven't touched yet, like Deadpool's going to get that. That's how they buff Deadpool. They make us buy Deadpool and then give him extra abilities that just make him average. But Goldpool does have really good prestige, which is that and his regen are like the only real uses he has. And you know what? I take that back. He does have decent synergy. He does have a few decent synergies. But the thing about it is, you can take your X-Force Deadpool Disappointment 6-star and get those same synergies, I believe. The only synergy that I think that he has over them is that just by using him, everybody gets 6% plus attack. Hey, let me get this. Don't use the special. Eisenway get this win. If I can get you down to 15%, I'm gonna use. Yeah, I didn't get it. Now I gotta hurry up. Oh, I did. I got it. All right. So let me tell you this about Storm Pyramid X. I took her. I have a 6-star rank too. And I took her into incursions, and bruh, like she kills everything. She kills everything, especially when you start getting on those prowess buffs or whatever. And I'm not talking about buffs that she gets. I'm talking about like the noted buffs that you get just by going through incursions. I mean, you get up to sector 8, 9, and 10. Build up those prowess buffs and have that prowess node on. Fire up an L2, everything's dead. Like, it's scorched earth. Nothing is coming back from that. And the thing about it is, I think one of the worst things about incursions is once you get up there in a map and you see an Electro, but you don't have a champ to counter it. You know what I mean? Like, you get up there and neither person that you're in incursions with has a champ to counter Electro. You can bring Storm and you have a choice to make her to help her deal with Electro. So yeah. What time is it? Oh. I think it's about time for me to head off. So first thing I'm gonna say is Bar, thanks for the follow. People's Champ, thanks for jumping into the stream. Shaninja, I appreciate you jumping in and asking questions. I didn't get a chance to use Ghost, but I will make sure that next time I get on, or maybe I'll when I stream tomorrow, I'll make sure I jump in with the new arena and use Ghost. But thank you guys for jumping in the stream. I appreciate the support. I'll try to send out notifications when I stream. But like I said, thanks for joining. You guys have a good night. Be safe. I'd say social distance.